Good afternoon. Welcome to Tyler, Texas. This is Dr. John Groth on the pregame show. Got a chance to talk to both head coaches just a few minutes ago. The head coach for the Navarro Bulldogs is Wo Dill. And the Bulldogs having a nice year as they are just one game out of first place as we start play today here in Region 14 North. And we'll walk you through the standings as we go. And but the Bossier Parish is at the top, tied with Panola, 14-10. Right behind them, Navarro and Northeast. Actually, Navarro right behind them at 12-9. Northeast is at 11-10. So you got three teams with 10 losses, one with 9. So if Navarro could win some games here toward the end, they would actually be in the driver's seat. They're one game ahead in the loss column. But as you go down the conference, Tyler Junior College right behind Northeast at 11-13. Paris is 9-12. Angelina at the bottom at 7-14. But if you look at the loss column, everyone's going to play the same number of games. And so there's only 4 games that separate first from seventh in Region 14 North. Both coaches are at home plate talking over the ground rules. Let's hear what Coach Wo Dill had to say just a few minutes ago.
We're outside the Bulldog dugout with Wo Dill, longtime coach. Typical Region 14 North. We go into the last couple of series, and you guys have positioned yourself well, but 4 games separate like top from last, and so somebody gets hot, somebody gets cold. Anything could happen. Talk about your club and your journey this year.
Yeah, it's been an up and down season. I think, there's days we play really well, and there's days I'm like, we're young. You know what I mean? I think that's where you start to see that. We don't have any, sophomore starters on the mound. Everybody we throw are freshmen.
Okay.
So we're very young on the mound. We're mature with the behind the plate, middle guys, infield-wise. They're sophomores. But like you said, everybody's within 4 games of each other. Whoever gets hot right now has a chance to win this thing. So I think it's right now we just got to play our best baseball. We've been playing a little bit better lately. Won the last 3 series that we have played. Yeah. We got 3 left. So I think that right there is what we got to keep kind of focusing on and trying to worry about today, and I think we'll be okay.
I mean, how do you like the 3-game format? You guys just took a 2 out of 3 from Panola. That was a big win for you guys. How do you feel about that versus the doubleheader round, the first half?
I like the 3-game series, honestly. As I gotten older, I like 1 game. I like 9-inning games. You know what I mean?
Totally agree.
I'm not a big fan. I don't like doubleheaders too much. Doubleheaders are so hard, and if you're not older on the mound, that's kind of, to me, that's where you start to see the difference. Okay. But I truly, I like the 1 game, 1 game today. And
today
then
is like a beautiful day. Let's tee it up for 9. Let's see who's better. Come back and do it again.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. I think we all wish JUCOs had enough money we could play Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, but it's a money issue. So, but that's okay. I do like the 9-inning games, but I do like the 3-game series. I do.
Well, I've noticed the last couple of years, a guy that I knew Jim long time ago, and Scotty was the coach at North Central for a long time. Talk about Hank and what he brings to your club in terms of just experience level and competitiveness and all the things that a coach's grandson, right?
Yes.
A coach's son and a coach's grandson.
Yeah, you know what? Hank has been one of my favorite players I've ever had. Not only the Christian, he is one of the biggest Christians I've ever been around. He is a very humble kid. You can tell he was raised right. He plays the game with respect, hard. He goes about his business every day. What you see on the field during the game is the same guy at practice. So it's the same guy every day. He doesn't miss. He's what you got. He's your quarterback. He's our quarterback. The kid, he's there every day. He
wish you had a couple of those on the mound, right?
Yes, I wish I had. That's where I do miss. Right. I miss the quarterback on the mound. But he controls the game. He's the captain on our team. He was a complete unanimous vote. That's just who he is.
Awesome. Well, I saw the name, and I knew he had a pretty good year last year. Look like he's following that up with a really nice year this year. So, all right, let's shift gears a little bit in your area. The starting pitcher for today, is it going to be Mulkern?
It is Mulkern.
Okay, talk about him.
He's another freshman. He's been really good a few times. I mean, I think he threw a shutout once this season against Bossier. He won a game against Paris. He gets me getting the game. He's an 87, 88 guy, but he can spin it. He can sink it. He can run it. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. He kind of gets me one of those guys who can go 5 innings sometimes.
Right.
Hopefully today he does.
Right.
But he's a guy that at least gives you 5 or 6 innings. Usually, and the game's always close.
Well, I know just looking at your numbers, you've got like 4 guys probably that you've used mid-late. So it doesn't surprise me that a Wo Dill club's got some pretty deep pitching.
We have some pitching. We're down 2 right now.
Okay.
we moved a starter to the closer role.
Okay.
He did really well last week. Got the save against Panola. But I think that's where we are. My number one from last year's back from Tommy John, but he's still just one inning guy. So we're kind of, like I said, today starters are freshmen. Both starters on Saturday will be freshmen. So that's where we're young.
Well, it'll be nice. I know it's always nice to kind of get a few guys back fresh toward this little push at the end, right? Because they can really give your team a nice little jolt.
100%. I mean, that's what you look for. You're early this season. I told you a while ago, it's what we just met. We're always banged up. Everybody's banged up right now.
Yep.
Guys, you have to pretty much suck it up and go.
Yep.
I mean, where everybody has a strain, they have a little sprain here, this and that. It's part of baseball.
Yep.
And if you want to do this for a long time, right, you better start to deal with it.
Well, it's fun. We're going to have a great day of weather. Thanks for taking a few minutes. Hope today goes well. Hope you guys have a great finish to your season.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate Wo Dill taking a few minutes of his time as the Apaches have just taken the field. We're going to take a moment, honor America with the national anthem.
All right, we got Eli Egger here outside the Apache dugout, and well, you got 6 left, right? 2-3 game series, is that right?
That's correct.
So big day. Every one of these, I mean, they're all big, and from the first conference to the last conference series, they're all going to be big. But talk about your mindset today. I think we're going to be Will today?
No,
You're gonna
no
change
Will.
up? Okay.
We're changing. We're going to go with Trevor Bro today. So,
okay, good.
He's been really good, and just kind of the way some stuff is broken, it just makes sense for him to start, and so that's what the plan is. But yes, this is a big game today. They're all big.
So I know there's a lot on your shoulders. Brett's not feeling too well today, and so how are you going to manage that? I know normally he's going to be down there coaching third. Are you going to roll Jamie over there? And
yeah, Coach Ritchie will coach third. I'll stay manage the dugout to be able to manage
Okay.
both the pen and give some signs and do some things. But the biggest part of that. Although Coach Doe is sick, like our players are the ones that play, and
Yeah,
those are the ones that have
exactly.
the biggest burden for sure.
Well, I know you guys have been together for a while, so it's not like you're very familiar with how Brett manages a game, and now you're going to have the chance to do this. And I don't know. I think ultimately, is this something you would like to do? Is be head coach?
Yeah, but that's not the time to worry about this. We're worried about playing well today.
You'll get a little taste of it today. Sometimes when you're an assistant, I just know this from experience. When I was an assistant, I didn't really feel or understand what it meant to manage a game like a head coach until I had to do it. So, I know you're going to do fine. You guys have done this before. So, any other thoughts as you get into this last little stretch of baseball for the Apaches?
No, not really. I mean, it's all going to come down to how hard we play, and I think our guys are trending in the right direction, and we'll see how it rolls today.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Trevor there. That's going to change a little bit of how you do the back end, because normally he's been a back end guy.
Yeah, for sure, a little bit. But we look at our arms, and kind of as a staff philosophy is who can get X amount of outs, and you got to find a way to get 27 of them, and
right.
Just kind of shifting Trevor's ability to get anywhere from. He's gotten 3 outs before. He's gotten 15 outs before. So kind of
right.
just shifting that up is all. And so it's just going to try to manage it and piece it together. And we don't know kind of what the game script's going to be. And so, I mean, we could be down a bunch. We could be up a bunch. And that's going to kind of factor into who goes into what situation.
Well, we got a beautiful day for baseball. I look forward to calling it. Eli, thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you. Go Apaches.
All right, big shout out to Eli Egger. We're getting ready to play baseball. Mike Carter Field, beautiful day here. We'll talk about that in a minute. First pitch, that's hammered. Right center field in the gap, and running it down is the right fielder Landry Stamps for the first out. That's Christian Hallmark. hitting that ball deep into right center field. So 1 pitch, 1 out. We're underway at 2 o'clock. We're right on time today. A little bit later than we had originally scheduled. Navarro had requested a 2 o'clock start, in part perhaps due to maybe a bus issue or something. So everything's going as scheduled now, but this was originally going to be a 1 o'clock game, and they had requested to make it a 2, so that's what we did. And it's a beautiful day for baseball. We're going to play a single 9, real baseball today, here at Mike Carter Field. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Hank Harp, the shortstop for the Bulldogs. Next pitch is going to miss inside. And if you heard the pregame interview with Coach Dill, Hank is the grandson of Jimmy Harp, and, of course, Scotty, the longtime coach of North Central. So hope they're listening and watching. Big shout-out to those guys. Fly ball, center field. This is James Rasek under it for out number 2. A long-time friendship relationship in the coaching fraternity with Hank's dad and granddad. And you heard Coach Dill just brag on his shortstop. So he flies out to center. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Brady Inglet, the catcher, first time through. Trevor Bro, the right-handed freshman on the mound. First pitch swinging a couple of times here. It's a very low leverage inning. And a couple of fly balls to right and a fly ball to center, and that's it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through a half inning here. Navarro Bulldogs, 19-19 on the year, 12-9 in conference play, currently in 3rd place. They're right in the mix of things as the Apaches trying to fight their way into the playoff picture. They are 25-18 on the year, 11-13 in conference play. That's good for 5th in the conference. So we're through 1 half inning here at Tyler. Mike Carter Field's the venue. Glad you're with us. Back in just a minute. All right, let's walk you through the Tyler Apache lineup. Didn't even have time with the pregame interviews to get you through the Navarro lineup, but we'll get you through the defensive alignment, and then next half inning, we'll get you through the Bulldogs starting 9. For the Apaches, again, 25-18 on the year, 11-13 in conference play. That's good for 5th. They are led by first-year head coach Brett Doe, who's got many ties to this Navarro Bulldog program. But Coach Doe, under the weather, and our prayers for him and his family. Had some bad food at a local food establishment last night, and they're all fighting a little bit of food poisoning today. So, Brett, our best wishes and prayers for you guys to have a quick recovery. Here's the lineup that, I'm sure Brett had an impact on it. I usually say Brett Doe filled out the lineup, but both Brett and Eli were, I'm sure, part of this. Leading off for the Apaches is left fielder Preston Newberry. Batting second, the designated hitter, Zach Zavala. Batting third is the right fielder, Landry Stamps. Batting cleanup, third baseman, Micah Roberts. Batting fifth is the second baseman, Lathan Van Alsdahl. Batting sixth, center fielder, James Rasek. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Sawyer Dunnigan. Batting eighth, the catcher, Chase Fuentes. And batting ninth for the Apaches, first baseman, Gabe Flores. Defensively for the Bulldogs, Taris Murray in left field, Christian Hallmark in center, Braxton Heffernan in right field. As Tommy Mulkern, the first pitch. Boy, everybody's first pitch swinging here. This is going fast. 1 pitch and 1 out for the Apaches as Newberry grounds out to Ryan Alexander at first base. 3U if you're scoring at the house. Around the infield for the Bulldogs, McCann Libby at third base, Hank Harp at short, Brock DeYoung at second base. Ryan Alexander just made that first play. He's at first. Behind the plate, Brady Inglet, and on the mound, a right-handed freshman from Frisco, Texas, Tommy Mulkern. Mulkern, 5'11", a right-hander. 3-0 on the year with a 4.05 ERA. This is his 13th appearance, his third start as on the mound for the Bulldogs. Next pitch is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 13 appearances and 3 starts for Mulkern. 40 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts, 22 walks. A freshman out of Frisco, Texas. Tommy Mulkern right up the middle. He knocks it down, picks it up, and throws to first. And there's 2 away. That ball was hit sharply by Zavala, and Mulkern tried to jump out of the way, and I think it hit his foot. And it fell right at his feet, and he just picked it up and rifled it over to Alexander, and there's 2 outs. So 2 outs, nobody aboard. We've had 5 hitters. We've had 5 outs, and these guys are swinging the bats. Here's Landry Stamps, first time through the lineup. First pitch misses, ball 1. He'll step in from the left side. Landry Stamps 6'3", 220 out of Keller, Texas, as he takes ball 2. Again, Mulkern, most of his appearances this year out of the bullpen. Up the middle, and there goes the no-hitter. Second ball in a row that was been hit right up the middle, and Stamps is 1 for 1 on the day. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Micah Roberts.
Number 25, Micah Roberts.
Micah Roberts, 6'3", 200. He's out of Argyle, Texas, a Louisiana Monroe transfer. He'll step in with a runner at first, 2 outs. First pitch swinging, foul. Boy, nobody's wasting any time here swinging the sticks. And Trevor Breaux, the Apache starter, he threw 6 pitches in his first inning. So that bodes well for him going a little deeper into the ball game. As Roberts takes a whack at the first pitch he sees. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to catch the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Apaches wearing their gold tops with the white pants. Got the black and gold stripe down the side. Black ball caps with the Apache logo on the front. That ball's hammered to left, and it's going to be right into the glove of Taris Murray for out number 3. I'm going to put an L7 on my score sheet. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we're through 1 complete inning here at Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. Glad you're with us. Dr. John Groth on the call. Shoot me an email if you can. The email address right down the front of the screen there. Love to hear from where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. As the Apaches and the Bulldogs do battle day, single 9-inning affair here at historic Mike Carter Field. Back in just a minute. All right, let's kind of catch up here and walk you through the Navarro Bulldog lineup. We did not get to do that. Normally I like to do that before they hit. Leading off for the Bulldogs, they are 19-19 on the year, 12-9 in conference, led by, however you look at it, 4th year or 16th year head coach Wo Dill. Leading off is the center fielder Christian Hallmark. Hallmark flew out to right field his first time up. Hank Harp bats second. He's the shortstop. He flew out to center. And then Brady Englert is the catcher batting third. He flew out to right in the first inning. Batting cleanup and leading off this inning is Braxton Heffernan, the right fielder. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Taris Murray. Batting sixth is the third baseman, McCann Libby. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Ryan Alexander. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, Tyler Sessions. And batting ninth for the Bulldogs, second baseman, Brock DeYoung. Tommy Mulkern on the mound. And we'll walk you through the defensive alignment for the Apaches here after this first pitch. First pitch swinging, imagine that. Fouled off to the left, and it better not. Yeah, we got the south wind is going to help the Avalon today. It's blowing straight in from right field, so those foul balls that go off to the left-hand side of the ballpark on the third base side are probably going to get blown away from where my car's parked. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. On cleanup hitter, Braxton Heffernan. Defensively for the Apaches, Preston Newberry in left, James Rasek in center, Landry Stamps in right field. The 0-2's off the plate. Around the infield, Michael Roberts at third. Sawyer Dunnigan at short, Lathan Van Alsdahl at second. Gabe Flores gets the nod at first. Behind the plate, Chase Fuentes. On the mound, 6'6", 200, Trevor Bro. Ground ball right side, and Flores dives, is going to flip it to Bro, and just got him. Little PFP there, nicely done. Flores had to lay out, got the glove on it, got to his knees, and made an underhand toss to Bro, who was covering the bag. And there's one out here in the second inning. So Roberts at third, Dunnigan at short, Lathan Van Alsdahl at second base. Gabe Flores just made that nice play at first. Chase Fuentes behind the plate. Trevor Bro, the right-handed freshman out of Houston, Texas. And there's ball one to Taris Murray. 4-5-6 for the Bulldogs. Murray batting fifth today for Navarro. Trevor Bro 2-1 with a 3.21 ERA. This is Trevor's 14th appearance as an Apache pitcher, and it's his first start. All the other 13 appearances have been out of the bullpen. And that ball's fouled straight into the net. 2 balls and a strike. 28 innings pitched for the freshman from Houston. 35 strikeouts, just 9 walks. So some nice numbers for Trevor Bro, but this is his first start of the season. So we haven't seen him in this role all year. He has had a couple of extended outings, but this is his first start. He's had to come into some games, and I have a recollection of him pitching well into an extra inning game that went on for a while. So he has been generally a late inning guy. 3-1 pitch, just a bit somewhere. I don't know, pretty good spot, called a ball. Didn't look like it was high, didn't look like it was outside. But after retiring 4 in a row, there goes the perfect game. So it's a walk to Taris Murray. Here's McCann Libby for the first time. First pitch to Libby is in there for a strike. McCann Libby, 6'2", sophomore from Frisco, Texas. And you got Taris Murray, the 6'2", sophomore from DeSoto, Texas, at first base. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we'll try to walk you around the conference here as we go through the broadcast, see who's playing who today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bro, the set. That unique crouch in his set position. In there for a strike. It's 1-2. At the top of the conference today, Bossier and Panola tied at 14-10. Then you got these Bulldogs at 21-9. Then it's the Northeast Texas Eagles, 11-10. The TJC Apaches, 11-13. Paris, 10-12. That ball's drilled to right field, and that's going to be caught by Stamps for the second out of the inning. So Landry Stamps catches that liner. Here's the 7-hitter, Ryan Alexander, for the first time today. So Paris is in 6th place at 10-12, and then at the bottom is Angelina, 7-15. So I was mistaken, as it looks like Angelina is 5 games behind the leader. There goes the runner. Throw down to second by Fuentes. Got him. Bang, bang play. And what a nice catch by Van Alsdahl. Looked like he took the short hop. And that'll go 2-4. And Bro has still faced the minimum. They gunned down Taris Murray, caught stealing. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We're through 1.5 here in Tyler, Texas. It's Navarro 0 and the Apaches 0. Back in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, we've heard from Mr. Joe Ince, rhymes with since. So McCann Libby's grandfather has checked in from Lubbock, Texas. And so thanks for checking in, Joe. Love to hear from any Bulldog fans or Apache fans out there on this Wednesday afternoon. Beautiful day for baseball. here in Tyler, Texas. 79 degrees, 43% humidity. We got a south wind at 11, gusting to 17. Doesn't appear to be at the moment a huge factor as we got some national championship flags blowing a little bit to my left here. They're blowing straight in from right field. So that'll probably blow down, knock down the balls hit to right field by the lefties. And the righties that pull it right down the line might get just a little bit of help, but we don't have a huge wind today. It's supposed to be pretty windy tomorrow here in Tyler. But today, beautiful weather, and we're probably going to get into the low 80s before this one's done. Glad you're with us. Thanks for checking in, Joe. Would love to hear from as many of you that get a chance to get yourself to an email. Drop me an email. My address is right there on the front bottom right. Here's 5-6-7 for the Apaches, and here is Lathan Van Alsdahl taking ball one from Tommy Mulkern. Tommy Mulkern, 10 pitches in his first inning, so both pitchers very efficient in the early going here. Now, getting back to that conference race, anything can happen coming down the stretch here. A lot of these teams have 9 games left, and so when you got 5 games separating 7 teams with 9 to go, a couple of them, like the Apaches, only have 6 left. And so some of them will have an off day, either off week, I guess. Although I'm not quite sure why we have as many with 24 at this point as we do. I guess they've had their off day already. That's, well, I don't know. I haven't looked as closely at the schedule as I probably need to discern that. But 3-0 pitch is in there, and it's 3-1. The Apache second baseman, Lathan Van Alsdahl, made that really nice tag on the steal that got Terrace Murray. 3-1 pitch, and that hit him. So it'll be an official hit by pitch. It will not be a walk. And Van Alsdahl at first, nobody out. And here's the center fielder, James Rasek, for the first time today.
Center fielder number 23, James Rasek.
Rasek, 6'1", 195 out of Plano, Texas. And, well, they got a pitch comm issue, so they have given Tommy Mulkern another watch to look at. They can communicate what they want to throw. Yeah, if you're wondering about Lathan Van Alsdahl, definitely a threat to steal here. 19 for 23 in the steal column, and that's among the conference leaders. He's right at the top, right near the top in stolen bases on the year. So looking for number 20. He's at first base, nobody out. And Rasek at the plate. Next pitch. Hammered high, deep. This has got a chance. Into the trees. Home run. That's way out of here. And James Rasek has given the Apaches a 2-0 lead. Boy, jumped all over that pitch. All these hitters on both sides are very aggressive today, and Rasek got something he liked, and he lowered the hammer on it. And the Apaches lead 2-0. That ball was well into the trees here at Mike Carter Field. If you've ever been here, by this time of year, we got a full complement of leaves on these trees. Early in the year, there's not as many. But, boy, what a blast by Rasek. And now it's Sawyer Dunnigan stepping in. And that's got the Apache dugout fired up. For Rasek, it's going to be his second homer of the year and his 10th run driven in. So 2-0 Apaches in the bottom of the second. 2-0 pitch off the plate. 3-0 now to the shortstop, Sawyer Dunnigan. Dunnigan, 5'11", 170. He's out of Hallsville, Texas. And the 3-0 pitch catches the inside corner, 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. All right, we've heard from Miss Ella Shaw, or Ella Steele, excuse me, from Carrollton. watching her nephew Trevor Bro on YouTube. Rooting for the Apaches. So thanks for checking in, Ella. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. You're somewhere near a computer, or you got your phone that you can email, drop me a quick note. Let me know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Full count. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him. And there's the first strikeout for either pitcher here in the bottom of the second. Dunnigan goes down on strikes. Here's the catcher, Chase Fuentes. 5'11 freshman, 195. He's out of the Woodlands, down by Houston. He's up there with nobody aboard, one out. 2-run home run by James Rasek has given the Apaches a 2-0 lead. The 0-1. Ground ball short. This is Harp backhanding. Fires across, and the ball gets away. So that'll be an error on Hank Harp. And the inning continues.
First baseman, number 28, Gabe Flores.
Here's the 9-hitter, Gabe Flores. First time through the lineup. Flores, a sophomore, 6'1", 205 out of Longview, Texas. And he is also a transfer from the University of Houston. He's batting ninth, playing first base. Runner at first, one out. Breaking pitch just catches the top of the zone, strike one. Next pitch in there for a strike. And the other thing that I like here in the early going, both these pitchers, Trevor Bro for the Apaches and Tommy Mulkern for the Bulldogs, they're both working at a good clip. No pitch clock violations, not even close. And I always felt that was an advantage for my infielders, is to keep those guys on their toes. Those guys that waited a long time between pitches, you're going to get some errors behind you. Keep those guys' attention at home plate. The 1-2. Pretty good block there. Inglet keeps that ball right in front of him. And he keeps Fuentes at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 aboard. Bottom of the second inning, the Apaches. 2-0 lead. James Rasek. The inning started with Lathan Van Alsdal getting hit by a 3-1 pitch. So he took his base, and then Rasek just put a charge in a baseball, and that ball went well into the trees and left. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. 2 strikeouts for Mulkern in the inning. And that'll roll it back to the top of the lineup. Preston Newberry, the Apache left fielder, will step in for the second time today. And Newberry on the year, .337 for the Apaches. 6 doubles, 1 triple, a homer, and 11 driven in. And if you're wondering about Chase Fuentes over at first base, which he's 3 for 3 in steals, so probably not a likely candidate to try to get a bag here, but you never know. Hasn't been thrown out yet. He's got 3 on his stat sheet here, so always trying to get guys into scoring position. I would think that they'd probably just leave him over there. The other thing that plays into it here, if you leave him over there, that got a left-handed batting Newberry, it gives him a bigger hole on the right side of the infield, so you don't always want to run guys. Try to piece together a couple of hits and maybe get a 2-out rally going here. 3-0 now as Mulkern falls behind. And a fastball is going to catch the heart of the plate. 3-1. Well, this might not be a bad pitch to get him over there. We'll see if they do anything. Not moving. And there's a hammer off the bag. That's fair ball. Right off the corner of the bag into the right field corner. And they're going to send him. Here comes the throw. Oh, they actually pulled up. Jamie Ritchie had that right arm going, and he changed his mind at the last moment. So Fuentes came wheeling around third base, and Jamie Ritchie, who normally coaches first base when Coach Doe's over there, He's at third today. And so a little different scenario, but it's a double, a 2-out double. The Apaches got something going here, and that's going to bring Woe Dill out to the mound. That ball was smoked by Newberry. It went right off the corner of first. Alexander tried to knock it down. It got by him, and it rolled into that right field corner. And quite nice job by Braxton Heffernan to get that ball in quick. If he doesn't get that ball in as quick as he does, and Fuentes comes around to score. As it is, the Apaches 2 in scoring position for the 2-hitter, Zach Zavala. Zavala 291 on the year, 6 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 15 driven in. And he's got a chance to drive some more in here with 2 outs. Tommy Mulkern, the right-handed freshman out of Frisco. The set, the kick, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Zavala grounded out to second his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. For Newberry, that double makes him 1 for 2. He grounded out to first base his first time up. And now it's Zavala. Boy, he drops that breaking ball right over the heart of the plate. He's thrown 2 breakers to start Zavala off. It's 0-2 with 2 outs. Mulkern working fast, the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. Came back with a fastball. Got him to chase up in the zone. He struck out the side that inning. But he also gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. You leave 2 guys on in scoring position. The Apaches have taken the lead off the bat of James Rasek. A 2-run home run into the trees in left field. And we got a new score going to the 3rd. It's Tyler 2, Navarro 0. All right, we have heard from Miss Shani Murray checking in, rooting for her son Terrace, the left fielder for the Bulldogs, watching from DeSoto. Thanks for checking in, Miss Shani. Love to hear from as many of you that get a chance to shoot just a quick email. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. And, boy, if you got some nice weather or some bad weather, let me know what the weather is. I always like a little bit of a weather hawk. I've been a career baseball coach, so. And we also have generally have some folks from outside this region, whether it's the Midwest or the East Coast, West Coast, or even outside the country. So it's always fun to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from and what kind of day you're having. For the Bulldogs, 7, 8, 9. Bro has faced the minimum so far in the first 2 innings. First pitch swinging, fouled straight back for strike 1. Ryan Alexander to lead it off for Navarro. 6'1", a sophomore out of Frisco, Texas. Full windup for Trevor. That ball's drilled left center gap. And running it down out there is Preston Newberry. That ball was hit on the screws. And Newberry got a nice jump and ran it down over his right shoulder for out number 1. Here's Tyler Sessions, the designated hitter. And Tyler Sessions, 6'5" freshman. He's out of Richardson, Texas. And got that long body, batting in the 8 spot. Takes ball 1. 6'5". He's out of Richardson, Texas. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul. Ball goes toward the Apache dugout. We are 3:27 down the lines. 360 in the gap, 370, 380 in straightaway center. The fence is about 15 foot high in center field. Ground ball to Van Elsdal. Handles it easily for out number 2. Ballpark is symmetrical, so it's 327 on both corners, 360 in both gaps, and probably 380 in straightaway center. Again, the 15-foot high wall at center, and the gaps it's about 13, and then probably about 11-foot high wall that goes to the foul poles in each corner. Here's the 9-hitter, Brock DeYoung. And just misses with the fastball inside, ball 1. Brock DeYoung, 5'8" freshman out of Katy, Texas. 1-0, gonna miss high. 2 balls and no strikes. Thanks for checking in, Miss Murray. And would love to hear from some more folks. Full windup, the 2-0. In there for a strike. Catches the outside corner with the fastball. 2-1. 2 outs, nobody aboard. There's a little looper into right field, and that'll fall in, and there goes the no-hitter. So DeYoung, the 9-hitter, actually gets the first base hit of the afternoon for the Bulldogs, and that'll roll it back to the top of the lineup. Here's Christian Hallmark, and let's just Christian Hallmark on the year for Navarro, 250 hitter, 5 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, 20 driven in for the Navarro leadoff guy. Steps in from the left side and takes strike 1. Well, Wo Dill told me that Hallmark's father is a head coach down at UTSA. So you got a couple of coaches' kids on this team. Hank Harp, the shortstop. His dad was the longtime coach of North Central Junior College. And, of course, his granddad, Jim Harp, the longtime coach at Dallas Baptist University. So I know both those guys. I don't know what it means when your grandson's playing college baseball. I hope Jim's listening. God bless you, brother. And I know he's proud of him, and he should be. Woe had high praise for Hank on the pregame show today, and I think he's headed to UTA next year. That was good to hear. And it'll be a lot easier for a lot of the family to watch the games. That ball's fouled off to the left toward the Rose Garden here. We're right next to the Tyler Rose Garden. Off to our left. Back behind us is the Brookshires Convention Center. And then off to our right is the Rose Football Stadium. So Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A snap throw over is going to keep DeYoung close to first base. Brock DeYoung on the year. Well, he's got 15 steals. There he goes. Ground ball knocked down by Flores. He'll pick it up, step on the bag. Nicely done by Gabe Flores to save some extra bases right there. That'll go 3U. Put a star by that one. That's a good play, and that may have prevented a 2-out rally. DeYoung was off with the pitch, trying to get his 16th steal of the year, but it was not to be as Flores makes the web jam at first. And we are through 2.5 here at Mike Carter in Tyler, Texas. Glad you're with us. Keep those emails coming. Love to hear from you. It's Dr. John Groth on the call. For the Apaches in the bottom of the third, it'll be the meat of their lineup, 3, 4, 5, Landry Stamps, Micah Roberts, and Lathan Van Alsdahl. Back in just a minute. All right, we've had some folks check in, so I'm going to go ahead and go right to them. Lathan Van Alsdahl's granddad watching from Galveston, Texas, while attending the 66th Texas Police Chiefs Conference. So thank you for your service, Mr. Frank Morales, and appreciate you keeping us safe, protecting and serving the community, and attending that conference. And hope you enjoy the broadcast. Thanks for checking in. Deborah and Taz checking in on a beautiful sun-filled day from Daphne, Alabama, watching the grandson Brady play for Navarro. So thanks for checking in. That's Tom Lawrence. And we got a lot of Bulldogs checking in here. Andrew Englett, Brady's brother, watching from Katy. So that's cool. Hope things are well down in the Houston area. Usually a little toastier down there than it is here in East Texas. So we're sitting, we were at 79 first pitch here. We're probably going to get into the low 80s before this one's over. And I would bet we're at 80 right now, so I would bet it's a little toastier down in Houston. Might be middle 80s, or we're supposed to get to 87 on Friday here. So Well hit ball into the left center gap. That'll bounce and roll to the fence. Landry Stamps. He'll stay at second. Stand-up double on the first pitch he saw from Tommy Moken. The Apaches looking for more here.
Third baseman, number 25, Micah Roberts.
Tommy Mulkern, a 27-pitch second inning. And here is Micah Roberts, who lined out to left field his first time up. Landry Stamps now is 2 for 2. He had a single his first time up. As Roberts takes low on the breaking pitch, ball 1. Well, we've had a number of folks check in on the Navarro side. Maybe I'm trying to think if we've had any Apache fans check in, but either way, get a chance, drop me a quick note. Give a little shout out. A partly cloudy sky here in Tyler today. Mostly sunny, I guess. 2-0 pitch is going to miss low. 2-0 Apaches, 2-4-0 for the Tyler Apaches, 0-1-1 for the Navarro Bulldogs. Playing here in the bottom of the third inning. As the Bulldogs try to march their way towards first place, Roberts takes ball 4. And that'll be the first walk of the day issued by Mulkern. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Lathan Van Alsdahl. He got hit by a pitch his first time up, and he scored on the Rasek 2-run home run. Apache's trying to add to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. This is going to be a 9-inning ball game, and boy, I love the single nines. Not a fan of the doubleheaders. And you heard on the pregame show, Coach Dill said the exact same thing. He, like most junior college coaches, would love to go to that single 9 format, but from the economic standpoint, just difficult to do that. You're going to travel all the way from Corsicana to Tyler. Probably not going to do that every time for just a single game. So you got to play some doubleheaders along the way. The 2-0 in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Van Alsdahl right in the middle of the Apache lineup at the 5th spot. Comes into the game .333 on the season. 1 double, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 22 RBI. That pitch is in there, and it counts even now, 2-2. Well, Chang, thanks for checking in. Andrew Englet, Brady's brother, watching. Counts even, 2-2. The pitch. Off the plate, full count. All right, so Auntie Tasha has checked in watching Karish Murray. Let's see if I can get that right. Sorry about that. So Tarish Murray watching from Irving, Texas. Thanks for checking in, Aunt Tasha. That ball's hit pretty well to center field, and Hallmark tried to catch it, and it kind of died. And it looked like he had a beat on it, and it may have been that south wind kind of knocked it pulled it back toward right field. That'll fall in for a single. Runners had to hold up because it looked like Hallmark was going to catch that ball, and it'll fall in for a 1B8 if you're scoring at the house. Bases full of Apaches, no one out, and here's the home run man, James Rasek. A swing and a drive into the trees last time. He's the one that gave the Apaches the 2-run lead, and out to the mound goes Wo Dill to have a chance with his undefeated starter, Tommy Mulkern. Nice year, 3-0 with a 4.05 coming into today's ball game. And you do have some activity down in that Navarro bullpen. Pull out the old Walmart binoculars. See if we can get a peek at who's throwing down there.
Center fielder number 23, James Rasek.
So Rasek's going to step in. And nobody really throwing right now for Navarro. A couple of guys just getting loose down there, getting their bodies ready. First pitch, breaking pitch, misses, ball 1. And I think Rasick got a fastball he liked, hammered it. So that first pitch, a breaking ball, you might see another one here. The 1-0. Another one. That ball's hammered. Left center field toward the wall, and it's going to one-hop the fence. 1 run's in. Here's 2 runs. The 3rd run being waved around. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's high, and he's safe. A bases-clearing triple. Actually, it'll be a double for Rasick. And the Apaches, 5-0 lead. James Rasick. Well, I think that he got a breaking ball there as Mulkern had given up the home run on the fastball, and I think he went to another breaking ball, and he looked like he left it hanging.
First up, number 2, Sawyer Dunnigan.
And I'm going to score that a double because I don't think Rasick was going to third until that throw came to the plate. So it's a bases-clearing double, and the Apaches now lead 5-0. So Rasick carrying the load here for the Apache offense, and there's another base hit. Through the right side, 6-0. Sawyer Dunnigan swings at the first pitches that he got there. RBI single.
Catcher, number 0.
And coming home is Rasick. The Apaches have gone double, walk, single, double, single, and that's it. That'll be it for starter Tommy Mulkern. Woe Dill on his way to the mound. We will let you know who the pitcher is coming in for Navarro when we return. All right, the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, 6'2" right-hander, a freshman out of Richardson, Texas, Deegan Kubart. And we'll give you some information on, let's see here, Kubat, excuse me. There's no R in there. Deegan Kubat. Kubat 2-2 on the season with a 9.42 ERA. This is Kubat's 15th appearance of the year. He does have 1 start under his belt. For Kubat, 28 2/3 innings pitched. He's got 30 strikeouts and 19 walks. A right-handed freshman out of Richardson, Texas, Deegan Kubat. And he'll take over for Tommy Mulkern. And Tommy Mulkern ends up throwing 53 pitches. And he will not make it out of the 3rd inning. And now stepping in is the 8-hitter, Chase Fuentes. Dunnigan at first. Still no one out here in the 3rd inning. The Apaches have put 4 on the board. There goes the runner, and the first pitch is swung at and fouled off. for strike one. Fuentes reached on an error by shortstop Hank Hart his first time up. Fuentes on the year, 286 for Tyler. 3 doubles and 8 driven in. Sawyer Dunnigan, 9 for 11 in stolen bases this year, so definitely someone you might think try to get to second base. The Apaches are leading the conference in stolen bases as a club. They've been very aggressive on the bases all season, and they lead the Region 14 North. There goes Dunnigan again, and no throw. It'll be a stolen base for Sawyer Dunnigan, his 10th of the year. Let's just see. Just talking about the stolen base leaders. Van Alsdahl is 4th in the conference coming in. There's a ground ball to the right side, and boy, what a nice play by DeYoung. Throws to first, and he got him by half a step. Really nice play there by Brock DeYoung. He had to go way to his left, put a star by that one.
First baseman, number 28,
So that'll move Sawyer Dunnigan to third base with 1 out as Fuentes grounds to Brock DeYoung. Now in come the infielders with a runner at third and 1 out. Flores steps in. Gabe Flores took a third strike his first time out, so he's 0 for 1. First pitch, thought he went. And with the 2-man crew, he saw it out there. It's not always easy to see those check swings when you're out there in the field. I was trying to see. Here we go. Look at some of the statistics on the. There's a conference website that's got all the conference stats. Next pitch just misses, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I was mistaken. Paris actually leads the conference at 135 in stolen bases. Now that's on the season. I think in conference play, the Apaches are leading in conference play 55. Breaking pitch just a bit low, 2-1. So if you look at the just conference games only, Tyler leads the pack with stolen bases 55. Then it's Navarro right behind at 37. Paris in third at 32. 2 balls and a strike, infield in, 1 out. Pop up right side, that's out of play. And now it's a 2-2 count on the 9-hitter Gabe Flores. Flores, 191 on the year for the Apaches. He's got 3 doubles, a homer, 9 driven in. 2-2 pitch, another foul ball off to the right. And we'll do it again. 6 runs on 7 hits for Tyler. No runs on 1 hit for Navarro. We're playing in the bottom of the third, scheduled 9-inning affair on a Wednesday afternoon here. 3-game series between these two clubs this week. The doubleheader will be in Corsicana on Saturday. 2-2 pitch, just off the plate. And it's a full count on Gabe Flores. Well, Flores should reach here. That would bring up the leadoff hitter, Preston Newberry. He's swinging a bat in the on-deck area. Deegan Kubat, the set, the payoff. And missed low by just a hair. First walk of the day for Kubat. That'll be the second walk for Navarro pitching. And you got runners on the corners with still only 1 out here in the third. The Apaches have plated 4. The big hit, a 3-run double by James Rasek. And then Dunnigan followed that up with an RBI single. So 6-0 Apaches. And here's Newberry for the third time. First pitch to Preston. Ground ball could be 2. 4. He's going to have nowhere to go but first. It'll be an RBI ground out. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. Coming home to score the 7th run of the game for the Apaches is Sawyer Dunnigan. Flores to second. And so Newberry now 1 for 3 on the day. A ground out to first, a double to right, and now a ground out to second base would net another run for the Apaches. And here's Zach Zavala with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Apaches have put a crooked number up here in the 3rd inning. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Deegan Kubat, the right-handed freshman out of Richardson, Texas, on in relief here in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike with the fastball, quickly 0-2. Well, Trevor Breaux for the Apaches, he has thrown just 33 pitches in his first 3 innings of work. Deep breath by Kubat, the 0-2. Little tapper foul, and Coach Ritchie making the play over there in the third base coach's box. He's got the short sleeve hoodie on today. And not sure who we got coaching. Who we got coaching first base? Cam Crater. He's got, looks like a short sleeve pullover on. Coach at first base. Coach Doe, thinking and praying for you and your family. Get over that food poisoning. Fastball away. Hope you're able to watch the broadcast. Maybe getting some rest. We've heard from a bunch of folks. And looks like we got a couple more to check in with between innings. Do that. 1-2 count, 2 outs, the pitch. Just got a piece of it. And we'll do it again. The Apaches, Zavala is the 9th batter here in the 3rd inning, so they have batted around. And they have put 5 on the board. And you got Gabe Flores out at second. Kubat the set, and the next 1-2 offering, swing and a miss, got him. Good breaking ball there. And that'll end the inning. Second strikeout of the day for Zach Zavala. And for Navarro pitchers, that will be 4th strikeout of the day. First strikeout for Deegan Kubat. But Tyler, 9 batters come to the plate. They score 5 runs on 4 hits. And you leave 1 guy on base. We got a new score here in Tyler. It's the Apaches 7 and the Bulldogs 0. Back in just a minute. All right, let's see if we can catch up with some of these emails. Appreciate you checking in. Uncle Frank in Frisco rooting for Tommy Mulkern. So thanks for checking in, Uncle Frank. Sorry Tommy's out of the game now. But he's had a really nice year. Came into the ballgame 3-0 with a 4.05. Those are good numbers. And so glad you were able to check in on Tommy. So Uncle Frank in Frisco checking in. So appreciate that. First pitch from Trevor Breaux is hammered to right field, but it's right at Landry Stamps for out number 1. And I'm telling you, that was Hank Harp. L9. Good swing right there by the Bulldogs shortstop, but it went right at Landry Stamps for out number 1. These Bulldog hitters have been very aggressive. Trevor Breaux now 33 pitches through the first 3 innings, and he's 1 pitch into the 4th inning, and he gets an out. That pitch just missed low Ball 1 to the 3-hitter, Brady Inglet. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Donald and Velma Bro calling from Houston, rooting for grandson Trevor Bro. Entire Apache team also celebrating 82nd birthday. Happy birthday to Mr. Bro. Boy, what a nice nice opportunity to watch your grandson play ball, and wish you the best of 82nd birthday. Just about 19 ahead of me. 63. So thanks for checking in, and thanks for watching this this ball game. Okay, so Taurus is how I should say that. So thanks for, I want to get the names right, so don't be shy about letting me know if we got the names right. It's Taurus is the name for, let's see, the Bulldog left fielder, Taurus Murray. So thanks for letting me know that. Sure do appreciate, just like everybody, we want our names pronounced correctly. I got my name's been butchered over the years as a player and as a coach, so we've got an update here for the Apache softballers. Boy, got jammed, pop up, and this is going to be Roberts at third making the easy catch, 2 outs. If you're scoring at the house, that'd be a P5. Micah Roberts making the play. So Inglet is out. Inglet now 0 for 2, flew out to right his first time up. And now it's Braxton Heffernan. He grounded out to first base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Next pitch off the plate. On the year, Heffernan, 247 for the Bulldogs. 6 doubles, a triple, and 19 driven in. For the right fielder, Trevor Bro trying to work a 1-2-3 fourth. Off the plate with the fastball. 2-1. Okay, so the Apache softballers have taken a 1-run victory over Northeast Texas in their first game today. They're on campus over at TJC. There's going to be a day when we have baseball and softball on our campus. The baseball facility is not, hasn't been built yet. Softball's got a field, and they've got the land to do it. Just need somebody with some deep pockets. Swing and a miss. Heffernan strikes out swinging. That'll be Trevor Bro's first strikeout of the afternoon. 36th strikeout of the year for the right-hander from Houston, Texas. A 0 on the board. He's thrown a 1-hit shutout. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Apaches 7 and the Bulldogs 0. Back in just a minute. All right, first pitch from the new pitcher. Navarro's got a left-hander coming into the ballgame. 6'5" lefty, a freshman out of Maybank, Texas. Hagen Tiarina will take over for Deegan Kubat. And so Kubat throws 18 pitches in his one inning of work, and now it's Hagen Tiarina. And it's 1-1 on the left-handed batting right fielder, Landry Stamps. Stamps 2 for 2 today. Single and a double. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stamps 324 on the year for the Apaches. Just a bit inside. No, it wasn't inside. It was right down the middle. Must have been a little high or a little low. We can't really see that from here. Landry, 7 doubles, 5 homers, 30 driven in. It's also 8 for 10 in steals. 2-2 pitch. Had a notion but held up. And it's a full count on Landry Stamps. He led off last inning. The Apaches batted around and plated 5 runs. Stamps led the inning off in the 3rd inning with a double to center field. And the payoff pitch from Tiarina. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Stamps kind of thought it was ball 4, but he'll go back to the dugout. First strikeout for Hagen Tiarina. That'll be 5 punch-outs for Bulldog pitching. Here's Micah Roberts, the third baseman. Roberts lined out to left and walked and scored a run. So officially 0 for 1 for Micah today. First pitch. Inside half, strike 1 in the fastball. Well, we've had a lot of people checking in. Appreciate all the emails. You want to let us know who you're rooting for or where you're watching from today. Beautiful day here in Tyler. 1 ball, 1 strike to Roberts. Up to 80 degrees now. Just a pretty pleasant south wind blowing straight in from right field. 11 to 17 miles an hour. Swing and a miss by Roberts. I think he just got a piece of that. So it was a foul ball. It's a 1-2 count on the Apache third baseman. Bulldogs trying to work their way into first place. Just 1 game behind in the loss column, Bozier and Panola. 1-2 pitch misses low. If you look at the national poll that came out Monday, boy, LSU Eunice has jumped from the Division II ranks right into the top of Division I. They are ranked number 1 at 41-2 on the year. And another Texas team, Weatherford College, number 2, as Roberts takes a ball, full count. Weatherford is 36-7. The Coyotes will come to Mike Carter here, I think. I don't know, it was next week or 2 weeks. We'll have a midweek game against the Coyotes. And, boy, you got Blinn, another Region 14 club, ranked number 5. They are 31-10 now. Swing and a miss. Roberts, a healthy swing, cannot connect. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hagen Tiarina here in inning number 4. And that'll bring up second baseman Lathan Van Alsdahl. Got hit by a pitch, singled to center. He's 1 for 1. He scored 2 runs. Well, you got another Texas team ranked number 6 in the country, Midland, 37-5. They're number 6. And just scrolling down here is Van Alsdahl fouls one off to the right side. Next Texas team is going to be the McLennan Highlanders. They're number 18 in the country. They've been up there in the top 5 earlier in the year, but McLennan's 30-12 right now. As Van Alsdahl takes one off the outside part of the plate. And that's going to be, well, down at 25. You got the Sandjack Club are punching into their, I think that's their first ranking of the year at 25. The top 25 are in the poll each Monday. And nobody else getting votes in Region 14 or in the state of Texas. So that's your latest update on the national rankings. Of course, the Apaches, boy, they had the LSU Eunice Bengals on the ropes as they went down and played a little bit of a round-robin tournament there earlier in the year. Could have easily given them a loss. That pitch just off the plate. Tiarina thought he had strike 3. And the count will even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Apaches lead 7-0 here, bottom of 4. Tiarina the kick and the pitch, and that one got away from him as he kind of stumbled off the mound. And he'll go another full count. He has struck out Stamps looking and Roberts swinging here in the 4th inning, trying to strike out the side. Lathan Van Alsdahl. Here's the payoff. Just got a piece of it. Looked like a fastball that was a little bit up in the zone, but Lathan fights it off. He'll get another one. Apache 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Navarro, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. We're approaching halfway in this one. The Apaches have the early lead, 7-0. Here's the next 3-2, and I don't think it hit him. He was looking at his feet, so I think that's a walk. Umpire did not indicate dead ball. So that'll be a walk, and unofficially 3 walks for Navarro pitching. First walk issued by Hagen Tiarina. Now it's James Rasek, and what a day he's having. 5 driven in, a 2-run home run, a 3-run double. It's 2 for 2. First pitch from Tiarina. Boy, there's a healthy daddy hack right there. He was trying to drive in a couple of more. 0-1. Rasek came in 290 on the year. 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 9 homers. So the home run was his 10th. And he's got 5 more driven in, so he's now driven in 35 on the year. And the double was his 3rd double of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Apache center fielder James Rasek. Van Alsdahl definitely a threat to go over there at first. Not going here. Ball in the dirt, and he'll go now. Wild pitch. And Lathan Van Alsdahl will get down into scoring position with 2 outs. So the Apaches trying to add on to a 7-0 lead. The age of the aluminum bat, you can't have enough, I'll tell you that. Seen a lot of bigger leads than this evaporate quickly. Hagen Tiarina now. Pitch number 23 coming up. Little tapper foul. That's over toward the Navarro dugout. They're on the third base side of this ballpark. Dugouts here are really small. This ballpark built in 1938 and was not built with the modern player in mind, I'll tell you that. Just really small dugouts. And I think that the other thing is we're bigger and stronger now than we were in 1938. 2-2 pitch, drilled into center. That's going to score another run. Here comes the throw. It will not be in time. 8-0 Apaches. RBI single, and what a day James Rasek's having. He is a triple away from the cycle. He's driven in 6 runs. So Rasek is a triple away from the cycle, and he's got 6 RBI on the day. Apaches 8-0 lead now, and it's Sawyer Dunnigan. First pitch to Dunnigan, left-on-left matchup, and that sails outside for ball 1. Dunnigan, 293 on the year for the Apaches. 4 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, 18 driven in, and now with the RBI last time, he's got 19 on the year. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Counts even, 1-1. Rasek, the 6th hitter in the lineup at first base, and now Dunnigan, the 7 hitter. He's 1 for 2. He struck out his first time up. RBI single to right last inning. There goes the runner. Throw down, and it will not be in time. It's a stolen base for Rasek. And for James Rasek, that'll be stolen base number 5 of the year. It's 5 for 5. Dunnigan now with a chance to drive in another run. Next pitch, just a bit low. Tell you what, Apaches have really seems like they've been locked in at home plate. They have not gone out of the zone very often today, and they've been able to take a lot of pitches that were out of the zone. 2-2 pitch. That's low and away with the fastball. It's a full count. Arena has gone full on a lot of hitters, and he has faced 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his 5th hitter, and this will be pitch number 30 for Arena. Here it comes, and he missed it. Ball 4. So 2nd walk of the inning, 4th walk by Navarro pitchers, and the Apaches have 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Here's Chase Fuentes. Fuentes reached on an error and grounded out to 2nd on a really nice play by Brock DeYoung his last time up. So Fuentes 0 for 2. Fuentes 286 on the year for the Apaches. 3 doubles and 8 driven in. Takes strike 1 right on the outside corner. There's a good pitch right there by Hagen Arena. 6'5" left-handed freshman from Maybank, Texas. Comes set. Here's the 0-1. Boy, inside out, that's a pop-up right side. Is it going to stay in live ball area? It will drift just outside the reach of Braxton Heffernan. And it's 0-2. Not a lot of foul territory here at Mike Carter Field. You travel around and see a lot of different ballparks. A lot of parks have more foul territory than Mike Carter does. And that's nice for the hitters. The pitchers don't like it because that ball right there might have had a chance to be caught at a different ballpark. It's 0-2 on Chase Fuentes. Here's the pitch. Way outside. And that ball, I'll tell you what, Inglet was way out of he was almost out of the catcher's box when he was setting up there. 1-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. Little looper in the left. That's going to score another run. 9-0 Apaches. And hustling into second is Fuentes on the throw. It'll be an RBI single. And the Apaches approaching run rule territory here. Dunnigan went to 3rd, and when that throw came in, that ball was actually in the gap. And I guess in theory, I'm going to give him a double. As Taurus Murray got that in as quick as he could. That ball was between he and Hallmark in center. By the time he got it in, it was a bit of a Craig Biggio hustling double for Fuentes. So I'll give it to him here. I don't know we'll see what they score on the live stats in the dugout. Probably give him a double. First pitch missed. It's 1-0 to Flores, the 9-hitter. Flores struck out and walked 0 for 1. And that ball got away from the big left-hander, Arena. 2-0. Well, you still got an awful lot of baseball to play, so if you're Navarro, you just want to try to get this last out. There's a grounder to short. This is going to be Hank Harp coming up, making the play. And there's your 3rd out. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. But the Apaches, 2 more runs, and they now lead it by a score of 9-0. We'll be back in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at historic Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth on the call. And glad you're with us on a beautiful afternoon here in East Texas. We're about a mile inside the West Loop at the intersection of Fair Park and Houston Street on the Rose City Complex property. 4 different venues here. Tyler Rose Garden, Mike Carter Field, Rose Football Stadium, and Brookshire's Convention Center right here. Again, all of us located about a mile inside the West Loop. Swing and a miss. This is Taurus Murray. Walked his first time up, so no official at bats for Mr. Murray. And took a healthy rip at that one. It's 0-1. Ground ball, he got fisted. This is Roberts at third base, and there's 1 out. And Taurus before that, 294 on the year for the Bulldogs. 4 doubles, 3 triples, a homer, 24 driven in for the Navarro left fielder. Now it's McCann Libby lined out to right field, or right field his first time up. McCann Libby, 279 for Navarro. 9 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 26 driven in for the Bulldog third baseman, and he'll take ball 1. 1-0. Trevor Bro, 46 pitches through the first 4 innings here. And there's pitch number 50, 2-0. 5, 6, and 7 for Navarro here. Murray, Libby, and Alexander to hit. There's a chopper that goes foul toward the third base dugout. Now, these 2 clubs will square off again on Saturday at Navarro. That's in Corsicana. About an hour and a half here, 76 miles. Chopper to third, and that'll trickle foul. Google says it's 76 miles from here to Navarro. And we'll double check on the time there. Sometimes this game was supposed to be a 1, and we moved it to 2. And it looks like that 1 o'clock is a doubleheader. Saturday is a 1 o'clock start. So as of now, you better keep an eye on the weather because we are going to have some weather move in this weekend. I don't know. It might be a little later Saturday is what I saw. And Corsicana is further to the west, so they may actually get that weather a little earlier than we do here in Tyler. But I know Saturday night and Sunday going to get some rain here in Tyler. That ball went off the arm of Libby, and he'll take first base on the hit batter.
First baseman, number 24, Ryan Alexander.
Here's Ryan Alexander for the second time. Flew out to left field his first time up. Alexander 0 for 1. So Saturday doubleheader between the 2 clubs will be a 1 o'clock start as of now. I would stay in touch with those that you are connected with the programs, because if there is some rain, you might have a little bit of a postponement, or maybe they push it back. Hopefully not, but we'll just have to see about that. 9-0 Apaches, playing in the top of the 5th inning. Fouled straight back. Boy, healthy rip right there by Alexander. Alexander, 258 on the season. 6 doubles, a triple, 17 RBI. Libby over at first base is 5 for 7 in stolen bases. And I just don't think you're going to do anything when you're down 9 here. You don't want to be running into outs. We're still just not even halfway through this one, so a lot of baseball in front of us. So far, Trevor Bro in command, a 1-hit shutout at this Navarro Bulldog club. Came in hitting .269 on the year. Strike 3 called, and boy, Alexander did not like the call. And his opinion doesn't matter. Mr. Umpire has called a couple of batters out today, and the latest is going to be Ryan Alexander. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Trevor Bro. There's 2 outs with Libby at first, and now Tyler Sessions, the DH. Big, tall lefty takes ball 1. Sessions, 222 on the year for Navarro. 6 doubles, a homer, 12 driven in. Listed on the roster as an infielder, 6'5" freshman out of Richardson. If he's an infielder, he's got to play first, right? Isn't that what you always think? The big, tall guy's got the long range. I don't know. I would like, Cal Ripken was pretty tall. So was A-Rod. So he might be a third baseman. You don't see the middle guys that are that big, but possible. 2-1 pitch. Called a strike. It's 2-2. Trevor Bro really doing a nice job in his first start of the season for the Apaches. A 1-hit shutout here in the 5th, and it's a 2-2 count on the 8-hitter, Tyler Sessions. And that fastball had some tailing life to it. Sails off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch just missed inside. Runner was off with the 3-2 count, and it's the second. Well, let's see. Yeah, second walk of the ball game for Trevor Bro. So you got 2 on and 2 outs, and this is one way the Bulldogs can get back into this one. A couple of freebies, a hit batter and a walk. Now it's Brock DeYoung. Base hit to right his first time up. DeYoung got the first hit and the only hit of the ball game for the Navarro Bulldogs. Ground ball to short. This should do it. As Dunnigan up on the run. Nicely done there. Sawyer Dunnigan rifles it over to Gabe Flores, and the Bulldogs will strand 2 runners here in inning number 5. We're officially halfway home. What a job Trevor Bro's doing. A 1-hit shutout at the Navarro Bulldogs. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th. For Tyler, it'll be the top of the lineup. Newberry, Zavala, and Stamp. Stay with us. Back in just a minute. All right, we've heard from a couple other folks, so let's chime in on those emails. Keep them coming. Love to hear from you. We've heard from the Does. Actually, well, let's go. Tom Lawrence. Appreciate the kind remarks on the pronunciations. I'm doing my best here. And if I do mispronounce somebody's name, just let me know. We got a new Navarro pitcher, and the new pitcher is going to be Alex Cadell. Right-hander, 6'2", freshman out of Argyle, Texas. And he will take over for T. Arena. As Wo Dill kind of rotating his guys in, not wanting to burn too many guys with too many pitches here. In a game that right now the Apaches, with a pretty comfortable 9-0 lead, still got a lot of baseball. But this will be the 3rd relief pitcher for the Bulldogs. Mulkern started the game. Then it was Kubat. Then T. Arena, and now Alex Cadell will take over. And so thanks for the comments, Mr. Tom Lawrence. Sorry the score's not what you like, but can't control that. We're just the messenger here. So, but thanks for the kind remarks, Mr. Lawrence. And the Does have checked in. Bobby and Rhonda Doe, and I am sorry, too, that you're not going to get to see Lou and Ada on the field. And I hope all of them are feeling better as the day goes by. Boy, no fun. We have done the food poisoning thing. We had 6 kids of our own, and there was a year where we had a barbecue on the front lawn of Jenkins Hall at TJC, and something in that barbecue, and there were hundreds of people on campus that got food poisoning. And so totally get how that can happen. And we had half of them in our house. I was one of them. So not a fun day for sure. So our best wishes and prayers for Brett and his family. Hope that that's going to run its course quickly. 2-0 pitch now, and that's in there for a strike. Top of the lineup, Preston Newberry. Couple of ground balls and a double to right. Newberry 1 for 3. He last time up grounded to second base and drove in a run. As Alex Cadell, we'll give you some numbers on Alex here in a second. Foul tip. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now let's just see here. Alex Cadell, 2-0 with a 7.53 ERA. This will be Cadell's 11th appearance of the year. 14 in a third innings, 16 strikeouts, and 15 walks. A right-handed freshman out of Argyle, Texas, Alex Cadell, the 4th pitcher of the day for the men in red, the Navarro Bulldogs. Here's the 2-2. Missed inside, full count. Well, appreciate the Doge checking in from Spring, Texas. And I'm sorry you're not going to get to see Lou and Ada after the ball game. Here's the payoff. Off the plate, ball 4. And Newberry will draw the leadoff walk here in the 5th. First walk issued by Cadell. Bulldog pitchers have walked 5 Apaches. Here's Zach Zavala. Zavala, ground ball to second, and 2 strikeouts. Both of them swinging. He's 0 for 3. Now we'll see if we can give you some of the schedule today. As the first pitch is going to miss for ball 1. See who's playing who today in the Region 14 schedule. Pull that up here in a second. Today is the 16th. So you got Northeast and Bossier going at it, and Bossier has a 1-run lead, 8-7. They're in the bottom of the 8th, so Northeast is a live statter, and we're getting a live update there. Of course, we're up 9-0 here in Tyler. Sanjak and Alvin going to do battle later today. 4 o'clock start there. Actually, that's not too much later, 30 minutes from now. Sanjak will take on Alvin. Blinn plays Galveston at 6 o'clock tonight, and Wharton will take on Coastal Bend also at 6. There's your Region 14 schedule update. And so the only other game that is going on in the north right now, I don't understand that. There should be another game, I would think. With 7 teams in the conference, you should have 3 series going on, but that's what I don't quite understand about the Region 14 North schedule. You only have two series going on right now on a Wednesday. So Bossier tied for first, just a run ahead in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 0-1. That's well off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm sorry, 1-1. Zach Zavala. Okay, it is 2-1, okay. My bad. Fine. The set from Cadell, and he'll rifle another pickoff over. Zach Zavala, 5'9", 190 out of Georgetown High School product. He's also a transfer from the University of Houston. Same as Gabe Flores, first baseman for the Apaches. Here's the 2-1. There goes the runner, swing and a miss, throw to second base. Strong throw, but not going to be in time. A stolen base for Preston Newberry. And let's see. Newberry, stolen base number 10 of the year. He's in scoring position now as the Apaches, boy, if you can get this run in, you shorten this game by 2 innings. There goes Newberry to third, throw to third, not in time. And Newberry, I love it. That's one of my favorite things to do. If you got guys that can run back-to-back pitches, so many pitchers fall asleep on that second pitch after giving up a stolen base. Newberry got a nice jump and stole his 11th base of the year. So he's at third now with nobody out. Infield coming in the dirt, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Alex Cadell. And there's 2 on and nobody out. Landry Stamps, 2 for 3 today for Landry Stamps, a single and a double. He has scored a run. Last time up, took a 3rd strike. And, boy, when you bring these infielders in, that just shows you what that stolen base does. It's going to increase Landry Stamps' chances of getting the ball through the infield here. First pitch. There goes the runner to second. Ball trickles away, and another run. Wild pitch will bring home run number 10 for the Apaches. And, boy, it's a 10-run rule. I was thinking we were having to play 7. But that'll be it. The Apaches make short work here in Tyler on a Wednesday afternoon. And that will do it. Wow. I was thinking we were having to play 7 here, but I forgot that it's a 10-run rule after 5, and then it's 8 after 7. So that'll do it. Well, I'm kind of sad. I was looking forward to calling some more baseball. So let's go back and wrap this one up. Your final line score. And let's see here. For Navarro, no runs, 1 hit. The Bulldogs commit 1 error. For the Tyler Apaches, 10 runs on 9 hits, and the Apaches will not commit an error. And so, boy, a short afternoon here. As we started right at 2 o'clock, it's 3:33. And so you go 1 hour and 33 minutes, 5 innings, and the Apaches win this one by a score of 10-0. The win will take the Apaches' overall record to 26-18, and they are now 12-13 in conference play. The Bulldogs are now 19-20 overall, and they are now 12-10 in Region 14 North play. Your winning pitcher will be Trevor Breaux. He'll go to 3-1. He goes complete game for the Apaches. It's just a 5-inning affair. And the losing pitcher, let's see, it's going to be the starter, Tommy Mulkern. He'll drop to 3-1 on the year. And so there's your pitching decisions. Let's go back and look at the box scores. Try to give you some offensive stars of the game. And, of course, what a job by Trevor Breaux. 1 hit shutout at a very good Navarro club who had come in after beating Panola in a 2-out-of-3 series. And, of course, you heard on the pregame show, Dill talked about them having won, I think, 3 series in a row in Region 14. So this was a hot club, and Trevor Breaux cooled them off in a big way by throwing a 1-hit shutout at the Navarro Bulldogs. The only hit by Navarro was a single in the 3rd inning by the 9-hitter Brock DeYoung. We'll give you some numbers on Trevor here in just a minute. Offensively for the Apaches, let's see if we can pull this up. In the leadoff spot, Preston Newberry, a 1 for 3 day. He drove in 1 run. Landry Stamps was 2 for 3 today, scored a run. And let's see, Lathan Van Alsdahl, 1 for 1, scored 3 times today. And, boy, your star of the game by far is James Rasek. We didn't go any further, but he had a home run to left field, 2-run homer in the 2nd inning. James Rasek, a 3-run double in the 3rd inning. And in the 4th inning, a single and an RBI to center. So he drove in 6 of the 10 runs for the Apaches. And, boy, if he'd gotten up one more time, he'd have been having a chance to hit for the cycle. He had a double, a single, and a homer. James Rasek, your offensive star of the game for the Apaches. 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, 6 RBI for the Apache center fielder. Sawyer Dunn got a nice ball game. 1 for 2, scored a run, drove 1 in. Chase Fuentes 1 for 3. He had an RBI today. So those are your offensive stars of the game. And, of course, on the mound, your star of the game for the Apaches is going to be Trevor Breaux, his first start of the season. And Trevor, he goes 5 innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs. He walked 2, struck out 2. He threw 65 pitches, and he would face 18 batters. Boy, what an outing for Trevor Breaux. A shot in the arm for the Apache pitching staff. And what a job he did today in his first start of the year. He had come in with 14. This is his 14th appearance of the season, and just his first start for the Apaches. And so, tip of the cap to the offensive star of the game, James Rasek, and the pitching star, Trevor Breaux. What's next for these two clubs? Well, it's going to be doubleheader day at the ballpark in Corsicana on Saturday. 1 o'clock is the scheduled start time. And so I'm going to double check here on that. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure I said at 1 o'clock earlier. So that's at Perry D. Graham Field. So these two clubs will square off and finish the 3-game series Saturday. And that'll do it for a really beautiful afternoon. Boy, thanks for all the emails. Sure good to hear from all of you that checked in on the emails. This is Dr. John Gross signing off. Let's give our thank yous to the whole athletic department. Doug Wren is our athletic director. Our associate AD is Preston Caldwell, and Preston was up here running the show as the PA man. So Preston always doing a great job for us in the press box. Our associate athletic director for sports information is Tyler Roman. She was out here today. We had all kinds of Apache royalty out at the ballpark today. Tyler was out here helping us out, and she does an outstanding job of telling all the stories of the coaches and players and staff in TJC Athletics. And, of course, our administrative assistant, Jordan Jones, she was out here today keeping us all straight, and she's normally keeping us all straight from that Wagstaff gym. So thanks for Jordan and her help today and every day. And we had Cody Brash on the scoreboard, and that also is very helpful up here in the press box. So I don't know who was doing live stats in the dugout. Well, big shout-out to those guys. I know Nolan Jondal has handled that for most of the year, and a big shout-out to him. Hope he's doing well in his recovery from arm surgery. But big tip of the cap to the dugout for keeping us updated on the live stats. And so that will wrap things up for a Wednesday afternoon. The Apaches run their overall record to 26-18, and they are now 12-13 in conference play. They have now won 2 in a row, and they'll take on the Bulldogs in Corsicana on Saturday. Thanks for watching. Have a great Easter weekend. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. We celebrate that this weekend on Resurrection Sunday, so I hope you have a great weekend with friends and family. This is Dr. John Grove signing off for Mike Carter Field. Until next time, so long, everybody.